that's causing a little bit of getting a little bit of hoopla, getting a little bit of controversy. I know I've talked to several different people about it, and let's talk a little bit about this book. Why did you write The Great Dechurching?
Well, we never intended to write a book. Jim and I were pastors, both at Orlando Grace Church, and we had run across some data from 2017, 2018 from Barna that had said that 42% of our metro area had dechurched. And we tried to get a little bit more understanding about, some more granularity about all that. And we were going to do an entire podcast season on a podcast that Jim and I and Skylar Flowers and Mike Aitchison did called As in Heaven. We're going to do our third season on the subject of dechurching. And so, Skylar and I were doing a lot of the writing for that. And so we were trying to do as much research as we could on all literature and all any quantitative studies that had been done on dechurching, and there wasn't much out there. There were some things that could be found, but a lot of it was over a decade old, and it wasn't of a sample size that was large enough to have pastorally actionable insights to it, and let alone congregationally actionable insights. And so just realized, okay, well, we're not people that are going to do a podcast season, lick our finger, put it up in the air, and say, we think this is what's going on. It's like, no, I mean, we need hard information. And so that's when Skylar and I contacted Ryan Burge and asked him, like, what kind of sample size, how much money would we need to raise, what kind of questions should we ask, and so we did our 3-phase study, 7,000 people, 600 plus, data points, per person on that third phase. So we did this primarily just for the As in Heaven podcast, but in the process of doing the writing and the production for that, a couple people who were in publishing got wind of our research and basically convinced us to, you would be irresponsible if you just did this, in audio. You need to do this in a book format as well. So Jim and I backed our way into a book. We're not writers. I don't know if we'll ever do this again. So we wanted to put something out there that would be helpful for everybody from clergy to just regular people who are churchgoers that are sad about their loved ones, family members, neighbors, co-workers who don't go to church anymore, and see if we couldn't make some sense out of what was going on and give some low-hanging fruit insights as to how we might be able to help. So we were pretty surprised by some of the things that we saw. We weren't expecting to have much hope coming out of the research, but there was a lot more there than what we thought.